Life is full of unexpected twists. This is the story of an old man named Thomas, who was abandoned by his children after years of sacrifice. Just when he had lost all hope, an old woman named Grace entered his life and changed everything in the most unimaginable way. This is a story of redemption, love, and the power of kindness. A father's sacrifice. Thomas was a hard-working man who spent his entire life providing for his children, David, Rachel, and Michael. He worked as a carpenter, ensuring they had the best education and opportunities. However, as they grew older and started their own lives, they distanced themselves from him. His wife had passed away years ago, leaving him alone in the small house he built with his own hands. He reached out to his children, hoping for companionship, but they were too busy. Calls went unanswered, and visits became rare. Eventually, they made it clear that they had moved on and no longer wanted to be burdened by him. One day, David, the eldest, told Thomas bluntly, "Dad, we can't keep doing this. We have our own families now. You should find a way to take care of yourself." Heartbroken and abandoned, Thomas found himself alone, struggling to survive. The once vibrant home he had built echoed with silence. He sat by the window every evening, hoping for a visit or a call, but none ever came. His health declined due to loneliness, and his hands, once steady and strong, began to tremble with age. The mysterious old woman. One rainy evening, Thomas sat on a park bench, his heart heavy with sadness. That's when he met Grace, an elderly woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. She noticed his distress and sat beside him. "Why do you look so lost, old friend?" she asked gently. Thomas hesitated but then shared his story, his voice trembling with emotion. Grace listened attentively, then said, "Come with me. I have something to show you." She led him to a modest home where she lived alone. The house was simple but full of warmth, with the scent of freshly baked bread filling the air. Despite her own hardships, she welcomed him in, offering him food and warmth. Over time, she shared her wisdom and helped him find joy in the simple things again. Grace told him, "Pain does not define you. What you do with it does. Use your hands again, Thomas. Create. Give life to something beautiful." Inspired by her words, he picked up a piece of old wood and started carving again. For the first time in years, he felt a spark of purpose ignite within him. A new beginning. With Grace's support, Thomas began repairing old furniture and creating beautiful wooden art pieces. Word spread about his craftsmanship, and soon, people in the community sought his work. He started earning again, but more than that, he found dignity and a renewed sense of self-worth. One day, a journalist covering local artisans wrote about Thomas's inspiring story. The article went viral, touching thousands of hearts. Customers from far and wide placed orders, and soon, Thomas was not only making a living but thriving. He became a mentor to young apprentices, passing on his skills to a new generation. He turned his pain into something meaningful, proving that even after loss, one can rebuild. The children returned. David, Rachel, and Michael came to visit their father after seeing the article. Their initial reason was curiosity, but as they stood before him, they realized the depth of their mistake. They were shocked to see their father not as the frail man they had abandoned, but as someone strong, respected, and happy. Guilt washed over them as they saw his hands, now steady and full of purpose, shaping yet another masterpiece. David, his voice shaking, said, "Dad, we were wrong. We shouldn't have turned our backs on you. Please, forgive us." Thomas, with tears in his eyes, replied, "I forgive you. But you must understand, love is not about convenience. It's about being there for each other no matter what." Grace watched from a distance, smiling, knowing her work was done. She had given Thomas a reason to live again, and in return, restored a broken family. The power of kindness. Thomas's story reminds us that family is not just about blood but about love and presence. Sometimes, strangers can show us more kindness than those closest to us, and sometimes, those we love just need a wake-up call to realize what truly matters. As his children embraced him, they vowed never to take his love for granted again. And Thomas? He had learned that even in the darkest moments, kindness could bring the light of hope. Let this be a lesson: never abandon those who once sacrificed everything for you. Love them while they are still here. If this story touched your heart, share it with others. Let's spread love, kindness, and appreciation for our elders before it's too late.